I'm Dan and welcome to Polar Currency Rare Note Spotlight number 4. This video series is possible because I had the incredible opportunity to view and document some very high-end and rare banknotes. Even though I'll never be able to afford these notes, I just believe it's important to show historic, rare, scarce, and high-value banknotes. These notes are part of our collecting currency community and attract attention from us collectors and non-collectors alike. I'm going chronologically in order of denomination with almost 100 banknotes that I've documented. This legal tender gets the distinction of being the first portrait of George Washington on federally issued currency. The note is the Series 1869 $1 legal tender note with the singular Friedberg number of 18. It was the first federally issued paper money to bear the likeness of Revolutionary War hero, founding father, and first president George Washington, even though it was the third U.S. $1 note issued. Who was the George Washington hater at the U.S. Treasury during the 1860s? But he's remained in place for almost 160 years now, unchanged for the last 97. Maybe, just maybe it's time for a new $1 Federal Reserve note design? Sorry, that was almost a sidebar. Washington would share the $1 denomination with Presidents Lincoln and Grant, Civil War Secretary of War Stanton, and of course his wife Martha. But since this series of 1869, George has not come off the $1 bill. This note has been graded gem uncirculated 66 EPQ by PMG and is only one of 15 known notes with that grade or higher. As of September 2025, PMG has graded 14 notes 66 and only one 67. PCGS Banknotes has graded 3 65s, making this a very rare, scarce, and valuable note with an estimating remaining population between 3 and 4,000. The last Series 1869 $1 legal tender that I could find with this grade sold at a Stack's Bowers auction for $24,000 in March of 2023. It certainly has earned the 41st ranking in the 100 Greatest American Currency Notes book by Q. David Bowers and David M. Sundman. There was a total of 41.8 million $1 1869 legal tender notes printed, and they were issued between October 19, 1869 and July 25, 1874. This 1869 series banknote also has the distinction of being a short-lived series with a very long design. As many of you know, the family of 1869 legal tender notes have a well-deserved nickname with the Rainbow series. The rainbow appearance comes from the use of white paper that was embedded with blue silk threads and then horizontally stained with blue ink in the left center area of the bill. 1869 blue ink sidebar. I couldn't stop myself this time. This blue stain technique was also used on the fourth issue of fractionals from 1869 to 1875 and the first silver certificate series of 1878 for all denominations, but was discontinued due to the paper breaking down too quickly. Amazingly, the blue ink did not bleed through to the other side. I learned why from Stu Plubeck. It's because the BEP's ink is oil-based and doesn't absorb into paper like water-based ink. This is still true today with those huge ink smear notes that you see on just one side. The more you know. End of sidebar. Continuing on with what makes a rainbow banknote a rainbow banknote. Along with the blue ink stain thing, the lesser denominations for Series 1869, the $1, $2, $5, and $10 bills, received a top green overprint arching across the top of the note that incorporate text spelling out the denomination as a quasi-microprinting security feature. Green or red ink is used as a decorative border background behind the lower left serial number, and to top off the effect, slap on that great big red Treasury seal, and you've got yourself a rainbow note. You can see that the higher denominations in the 20, 50, 100, 500, and even 1,000 don't have the upper area green overprint, which doesn't give them the full rainbow effect, but they're still considered rainbow notes. George Washington's portrait faces left. Today he faces right. It was engraved by Alfred Seeley, an American banknote company engraver. The large left vignette was designed by the Currency Bureau's chief engraver, Joseph P. Aurdan. This vignette was recycled for the back of the Series 1914 Federal Reserve note and the 1915-1918 Federal Reserve banknotes. The serial number star is not a replacement note symbol. Those wouldn't be until 1908. The stars serve as a decorative suffix character representing the end of the serial number. Serial numbers range from 1 to 10 million, denoted by a different prefix letter. When 10 million notes were printed, it just rolled to the next letter. The basic front design was kept for all subsequent series of 1874, 1875, 1880, and 1917. All had minor variations, particularly with the placement, size, and color of the seal. The Series 1869 is the only note to have that decorative green border surrounding the lower left serial number that again added to the whole rainbow effect. The 1869 Rainbow Series were also the only series to bear the term Treasury Note at the bottom center. These aren't to be confused with the future notes from the early 1890s. Beginning with the Series 1874, this was changed to United States Note, which is actually the true name of the banknote type. Legal tender note is a nickname given to the United States notes from the back engraving of the original $1 1862 legal tender note. All of the 1869 $1 legal tender notes are signed by John Allison and Francis Spinner. That's why there's only one Friedberg number. Both men were appointed to their positions by President Abraham Lincoln and were both former members of the U.S. House of Representatives. Allison served as the fourth Register of the Treasury until his death in 1878, and Spinner, famous for his signature, was the 10th United States Treasurer, serving until 1875. There's an interesting print detail on the left side that states, "Engraved and printed at the Treasury Department." The Bureau of Engraving and Printing had not been formed, and paper currency was managed by what was called the Currency Bureau at the time. The back plates were engraved by the National Banknote Company. Printing, authenticating, overprinting of the seals, numbering, trimming, cutting them into single notes, and distribution all took place at the Treasury Department with the Currency Bureau, which would very soon be designated as the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. The $1 1869 Series Rainbow Note certainly is a stunning note that stands out in history and in any grade is a key addition for your banknote collection. Well, that's it for Rare Note Spotlight and the $1 1869 legal tender Rainbow Note. A note that you could say was part of a failed experiment of producing paper currency, as the rainbow effect only lasted for the 1869 series before being removed and then replaced with the Series 1874. As always, I appreciate your time, and if you like what you see, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to leave a comment. We'll see you next time, and thanks for checking in.